Hi, everyone. Bob the Canadian here. So I have a potential world record setting game here for you. Not, a league playoff game or a tournament game or anything. Just a normal game. And I also have my favorite wife here.
I'm the favorite wife now?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Is that because I make up half of your subscribers?
That's only part of the reason. So, yeah, this is, like I said, a ladder game between myself and the board is set, who I think possibly has the coolest name out of anyone on our server. So he's Free Peoples, I'm Shadow, and off we go. So he starts with Power 2 Great and Mirror of Galadriel in hand, which obviously I didn't know from the start, but that might actually be, if I was going to pick my cards out of the deck to start with, I might pick those two. And I start with Shadows and Breaking of the Fellowship. So I do my usual 0 eyes, and I roll no more eyes, and he rolls all 4 movement. So that is like the 2% worst case scenario. Do you personally prefer 2% or 1%?
I like 2%. You gotta have a little more fat in the milk,
2% it is.
I don't want no skim milk.
Yeah. This is an ongoing disagreement we have. I think skim milk is okay, but pretty much everyone hates me for that opinion. Anyway. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned in the comments the 2% bad start. Like this is, the classic example. People who disagree with me and say that 0 eyes is a bad choice point to examples like this, because obviously he gets to move the Fellowship 4 times for free, and there's nothing I can do about it. I point out he could crown Aragorn. I pick up a card first because I don't know what else am I going to. Like I'm clearly not playing Breaking of the Fellowship this turn. Then I play Shadows on the Misty Mountains. Passes some more. I start moving armies. He moves the Fellowship. I muster Saruman to war. He moves the Fellowship. I continue moving armies. He continues moving the Fellowship. And along we go. 1 second. I'm going to go comfort our smaller child because he is sad. We are back. Okay, and we're back. One thing I actually really enjoy about our community is how many other people I've run into that are parents of youngish kids. I find it really fun.
It's nice. Yeah. Comment below if you have kids under the age of 5.
Yeah.
Or over the age of 5. How old are your kids? We want to know.
Yeah.
Particularly, I want to know.
Because it's really fun because we're still we're competitive when we try hard, but we're not like League of Legends. We're not screaming at each other to go kill yourself.
No, we're not a bunch of angry teenagers.
Yeah, that's fun.
Mostly. Some people are a little hysterical.
You're right. Okay, so naturally he moves the Fellowship for a 4th time, and I bring in Saruman. So this is the plus side for me, is that he has moved the Fellowship 4 times, but he has not lifted a finger to defend himself. So I don't know. If I'm attacked on the street, that often seems a good idea to me. Not defend myself, but move the Fellowship very fast.
Oh, I thought you were going to say lifting a finger is your best defense, and I would say it would depend on which finger you're using to defend yourself.
It's true. You could hurt their feelings a lot if it's the middle finger.
Yeah, well, you could also offer them a pinky promise with your little finger.
That is also a good idea.
And then it just goes to friendship instead of attack.
We should teach a self-defense course. Okay, so turn 2, he picks up Pass of the Wozes and an Ent card, which is significantly less awesome than his first round. I pick up Hill Trolls and The Ring is Mine, so that's not bad at all. So I allocate 1 eye, because I have to now, and I roll no more eyes. So 2 turns in, and I rolled a total of 0 eyes, which is pretty cool.
Speaking of not being teenagers, no eye rolls here.
Okay, so he rolls 2 movement this time, which is okay. He would have liked to see a Will of the West, I'm sure. Hopefully kill Gandalf and bring him in as Gandalf the White. But he's still not bad, though. Okay, so he passes naturally. I muster Sauron to war. I continue army shuffling. Right, I killed the die too fast before I did my second movement. But he was nice enough to let me keep that movement anyway. Because technically, if he was feeling like a real rule stickler, he could have said, "No, you ended your turn. You don't get to do that." But like we said, most people here are not angry teenagers. So. Right. So I continue my army shuffling towards Woodland Realm and Lorien. He moves and is safe. I continue moving. He puts armies in the way. I attack Old Forest Road. No card. I just barely get my 1 hit and take Old Forest Road. So I would highlight that I have specifically gone after the elves here. I don't know. Do you think that that means I have a prejudice against Santa Claus?
Well, yes, I do. I do believe that.
Okay. Confirmed. RompSteel hates Christmas. Okay, so he plays new power 2 great and gets to do the card cycle. Right, and I kill power 2 great because I have this Palantir and I don't have much else better to do with it. It's a bummer saying goodbye to Hill Trolls, and it's a bummer saying goodbye to a Dread and Despair, but they're not like that great cards though, so gotta get rid of it sometime if I'm going after Lorien here. He moves the Fellowship again, and they are hit, and it's a 3. So that's actually super bad luck for me, because especially when the Fellowship gets this healthy of a start, I'd rather they just kept Gandalf so they went slower, so they didn't have Strider's ability and couldn't get Gandalf the White. But alas, that be indeed how it do.
No, I'm just laughing about you saying that's super bad luck because my mind went to bad luck Brian becoming a superhero. But he's just super bad luck Brian. Becomes superhero is the lamest superhero.
I am bad luck Brian the White. Okay, so I attack Woodland Realm, and I pick up Shadow Lengthens and Candles. He picks up Great Company and Riders of Theoden. Okay, Riders of Theoden's okay. Great Company's kind of trash. Pretty unlikely he's going to separate Strider at this point. Okay, so turn 3, I once again allocate 1 eye and roll no more eyes. So I'm actually thrilled about that in terms of, racing my military win here. And he rolls a reasonable roll. So 2 Wills of the West. Good news is he could definitely get Gandalf this turn. He's only moving once aside from that, though, so not amazing. So I put Lorien under siege naturally, because I'm going to do it, and I want to get the Witch King this turn. So, okay, I muster the Southrons to war just to spook him into using his Wills of the West. So he brings in Gandalf. I finish mustering the Southrons to war. He moves the Fellowship. They're safe. I bring in the Witch King. It's always depressing as a Free Peoples when you just have 2 musters left. Like, that's just such a not fantastic die result to have,
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this came up when me and my brother played a game of this, and my wife here and my brother's wife were in the background. Every time we referenced a mustard die, they always thought we said mustard die. Which, as
like
we're all,
the condiment.
Like the condiment, yeah. Which, as we're all aware, is the worst condiment of them all. Anyway, I attack Woodland Realm. Which card?
Relish is pretty bad too, though.
Yeah, I'm personally not a fan. Yeah.
What's the best condiment?
Clearly ketchup.
No.
Fight me.
Aioli.
Aioli?
Mm-hmm. It's like garlic mayonnaise.
Oh, okay. It's an actual thing. I thought you were just making something up. So aioli is probably actually a condiment the Rohirrim would use because it was probably founded by Aol, who is the father of the Rohirrim.
The Italian Aol.
The Italian Aol. What?
Because it's an aioli.
Ah, I see. Okay, so there's a conspiracy theory for you. The Rohirrim are actually Italians.
It is too late.
It is too late. You can tell we're... I don't know, it's like 7:30. Okay, so Woodland Realm, I've picked a strategy card. He's playing a character card. Deadly Strife against Heroic Death. The key to beating Heroic Death is to just roll lots of hits. So I get 4 hits, so I just blow up the whole stronghold anyway, and he gets 2 hits back. So ends Woodland Realm. Yeah, turns out Mirror of Galadriel didn't help him out too much because he just rolled enough Wills of the West that he didn't need it. But personally, I love starting with it turn 1. Like, that makes getting Gandalf the White early so much more likely. So anyway, there goes Woodland Realm. I get my redraw. He musters Gondor to war, which I think makes a lot of sense. I move towards Erebor because, that was part of why I played Deadly Strife, is I wanted to blow up Woodland Realm quick so that I could use these last 2 dice to put Erebor under siege before we get to next turn, and he has a hybrid result, and he can move that dwarf from the Iron Hills into Erebor. He uses a ring to move again. Exciting. He gets hit this time, and it's a reveal. So that's nice for me anyway, but my goodness. He's taken 8 steps in 3 turns. That is a very fast fellowship right there. So he takes 1 damage from the eye and draws a 1 reveal, so that's fine. He's got oodles of health. Health is certainly not the problem here. So I put Erebor under siege, and off we go to turn 4. So I draw Foul Thing and Monsters Roused. Foul Thing is always exciting. There's always that chance of killing Strider. If you had a chance to kill Strider, would you go for it?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're a good person.
Yeah.
I am not a good person. I like killing Strider. Okay, he chucks... I think that was the Great Company that he chucked, which, like we said, makes a lot of sense. You're probably keeping Strider with the Fellowship just for sprint's sake this game.
Then again, he'd probably be pretty easy to kill with a soup because he'll try anything. Just poison the soup.
Confirmed. So that's our new submission to Ares Games if they're going to make a new expansion. Add an evil soup card to the Shadow player's deck for a chance at assassinating Strider. He has to be in Rohan for it to work. So I allocate my 1 eye because I have to, and I once again roll 0 eyes. So 0 eyes in 4 turns from roll dice is pretty epic. I've never had that before this game anyway. So he rolls a Will of the West and a character and 3 useless dice. So that should be enough to get him to Mordor, unless I have Day Without Dawn or Cruel Weather, which we can see I don't, but he doesn't know that. He got Wisdom of Elrond. That's always a fun card. Okay, so he finishes mustering Gondor to war, which makes sense. Like, if I do have Corsairs, then he can quick put 2 elites in there before I can finish getting my Southrons over to Umbar there. So I continue moving armies, because I figured, since he's already committed to mustering Gondor first, I might as well play into that illusion so that he spends another muster here, mustering up in Dol Amroth, and then he only has 3 dice left, so 1 of those is to hide and 2 of those to move. So on the off chance that he gets hit and revealed, or that I can play Foul Thing and reveal him with it, then he doesn't make it to Mordor this turn. So anyway, that's my thinking there. And I think he realized that dice shortage, which is why he hid now instead of mustering in Dol Amroth. So kudos to him for realizing that. And now my bluff is revealed. I do not, in fact, have Corsairs, so I go on attacking Iron Hills to bring back up for besieging Erebor. Similarly, if you had to pick between killing Strider or killing dwarves, which one would you go for?
Oh, no. I would probably kill the dwarves, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's fair, because they don't have as much of a personality specifically. They're a pretty blank face. It's much easier to pick them to kill.
They're a very hairy face.
That too.
Not a blank face at all.
Okay, so I attack Iron Hills. I get them. They don't get me back. That's nice. Dwarves are at war, and tomato potato. Fellowship moves, and it's safe. I attack Erebor. So I attack Erebor first before I bring in the reinforcements, because I'm thinking I'd rather weaken the Erebor army a bit first so I can bring all the reinforcements over at first. So I play, let's see, I'm playing a character card. Probably Foul Thing, ? Anyway, he's playing a strategy card. Okay, so Confusion against They're Terrible. So I get 4 hits. Right, I remember I get 4 hits, and he gets 1, but plus the 2 from Confusion. Or is it plus 1 from Confusion? I can't remember. Anyway, so I take a couple hits. Did I press there? I did press. Okay, I just took the hit from pressing because I'm probably going to, finish it off now. So it certainly wasn't likely for me to get 4 hits there, but here we are. So I press with a shadow card. Right, Great Host, just to auto-finish it off. He gets 1 hit back, but that's not really a big deal at this point. So it turns out I prefer killing dwarves to Strider, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I could have used that card for a shot at killing Strider, but I decided to use it to kill dwarves instead. Racism is approved here. I am kidding. Anyway, so he moves again. He gets hit, and it's a reveal. So that's a bummer. I remember I was extra excited to cycle character cards because I wanted to get Cruel Weather, but he manages to get hit and revealed. Oh, he takes a random, and it's Strider. So never mind. I killed dwarves and Strider this turn.
Oh.
I don't even need racism. I get everything I want.
He says ow.
Yeah. Oh, it's an ow. Yeah. It's funny how when you get into the game enough, like, it actually feels physically uncomfortable sometimes. I've definitely had that, when you draw. Yeah. Like if I'm the shadow player and I watch the Fellowship, like, in a really bad mortar track, like they start at 7 corruption or something, but then they just pull all blue tiles and just skip their way to the finish line. Like, it is, I feel like I have a stomachache. It's legitimately, I don't quite want to say painful, but it's in the ballpark,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine something similar to that.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like being in labor, but what you have is much worse, right?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so Strider, he did. Okay, so I move some Naz geeks around. Right.
Honk.
Honk, yes. Honk, screech, honk, etc. So I make sure I bring the 6 leadership here because I have a Dread and Despair and a They Are Terrible. So both of those benefit from the extra Nazgul leadership. But I leave 1 here in the Iron Hills just so that if I need to take out Dale and all I have is a character die, that I can do that. I have that
Do you
flexibility.
say iron?
I do sometimes.
How have I never noticed that?
You have actually. You've told me you think it sounds stupid before.
Oh.
There's another thing for you to comment. Do you say iron, or how else would you say it?
Aluminium.
Aluminium. That was a dig at you, Cheech, if you ever watch this. This is like this one really good British player, but he hasn't played in like a year anyway. Anyway.
Oh. Did he have a baby?
I don't know. I think, it's been about a year since he played. He was the guy who beat the living garbage out of me many times in a row a few years ago when I got into this game.
Why did you have garbage alive inside of you?
That's a great question. I was eating McDonald's. I love how many rabbit trails we go on when you join me for the commentary.
So many bunnies.
Yeah. Okay, so he musters in Dol Amroth, which makes perfect sense in case I did suddenly get Corsairs. But as you can see, I don't. So I have 4 dice, 3 of which are attacks, 1 of which is a muster. But I have an Elven Ring, so I'm going to go put Dol Amroth under siege this turn. Is the plan. Attack Pelargir, cycling a character card just for kicks and giggles, I guess. Kicks and giggles, you know how I be. So yeah, I'm just cycling candles for, I guess, Black Captain commands? ? Anyway. Okay, but he's played Scout, so he gets away from me. I get to cycle into Nazgul Search, which is also pretty useless, so I just cycle that one, and I think, yeah. I get my hit, he gets a hit back, so that's a bummer, but away I go. Oh, what do you know? I did cycle into Black Captain commands. Good job, Bob. Okay, so I use the ring to attack Dol Amroth, and there we go. Okay, so off we go to turn 5. Typically, now I pick up Corsairs. This game, it really loves giving you a card just 1 turn too late when it would have been helpful. It's like, I don't know. You think of a real life analogy that would be similar to?
Nope.
Okay. I feel like it's like your Amazon package showing up the day after the party when you needed something for it.
Oh, yeah, the day after the birthday party.
Yeah, the day after the birthday party. But let's be real. It's Amazon. They get there in about 0.6 seconds anyway.
You should have ordered sooner.
Yeah, you're right.
That's on you.
It's on me. Yeah.
Why didn't you just stack the deck, Bob?
Yeah, it's a good point. This is also on me. So he comments, he's in, but what did it cost me? Because, yeah, like being in at the start of turn 5 is pretty darn good, and he still has 2 rings, and he's in fantastic health. But, yeah, militarily things are, they're looking grim. So in theory, this turn, if I blow up Lorien and Dol Amroth and I take Dale, then I could get a turn 5 Shadow Player military victory, which would be pretty neat.
Can you take Dale and leave Chip behind? It'd be so sad.
That's another suggestion for Ares for their next expansion. They add a second territory called Chip.
Chip and Dale.
Okay. So I put in the 1 eye, and I finally roll another eye. I was just as bummed about it as you, the loyal and faithful viewer, are. But yes, I rolled an eye. Very disappointing stuff.
Back to high school.
And he rolls a perfectly reasonable roll. That would be a lot better if Rolfie still had Strider so he could hide with the musters. But anyway, so he uses the Will of the West to hide. I attack Dol Amroth because I'm worried that he has Círdan's or Imrahil, but wanted to hide with the Will of the West first because he was scared of Day Without Dawn. So I'm really motivated to try to blow up Dol Amroth right now. So anyway, I attack Dol Amroth, playing a strategy card. Probably Mumakil. Yeah, probably Mumakil. Maybe Desperate Battle. Yeah, he plays Daylight. That's a good choice. I get 1 hit, just a 1 hit, and he gets 4 hits back. So this is another example of me having eaten McDonald's and getting the living garbage kicked out of me.
Stop eating McDonald's.
That's on me. Yeah. So I get 1 hit. He gets 4. I think about how to take casualties here. I decide to kill an Olifandra, so I'm still at 5 members total anyway. In the background, you can hear a small child being fed. That happens. So I press. I guess I press. Okay, I'm pressing. I play a character card against his strategy card. They're terrible against no quarter. So I get 3 hits. That helps a lot. And he gets also 3 from his no quarter. So bloody stuff, 1 against 2. We will pause briefly to help the sad child. Be right back. Okay, and we're back again. So at this point, I remember debating to myself about whether to just attack and hope I win or be scared, because the part of me that really wanted to set the world record or like tie the world record wanted to attack just to make it happen. But on the other hand, if he had confusion or another no quarter, he might kill this army. And then there goes all my Nazgul leadership and my Witch King, and it will be difficult, and he'll get to muster up again. So I might actually be throwing away the game by pushing for that. So I do something else anyway. He moves, and it's an eye. So to reveal, naturally he loses Legolas. If you had to choose between Boromir, Gimli, or Legolas to kill, which one would you pick?
To kill?
Yeah.
Oi, Boromir.
Boromir, yeah.
Because if then Gimli and Legolas wouldn't have their broship.
Yeah, they wouldn't have their buddy companionship thing going on. Yeah. Although I read a meme posted recently that said that how sad it was that Boromir died right there, because if he'd survived that encounter, and then made it to Gondor where Strider was crowned king, how he would have been like Aragorn's #1 most loyal servant, and they would have been like super buddy in all the wars and stuff, and just what a cute friendship that could have been. Anyway, yeah. So I do paranoid things, and I walk a regular over to Umbar, and those 8 regulars out from Minas Morgul. I think about changing it, but I stick with it. And then I play Corsairs just to bring this 3rd regular along so that if he has a no quarter or confusion, it's much less likely to kill me this way. The downside is I am wasting a Deadly Strife. So the Bummer Hummer does keep flying. Yeah, the Bummer. I'm weird, okay. So I use Desperate Battle. I get some cycling strategy card. I roll 5, so I got him. He gets 1 hit back. But yeah, I get New Powers Rising, which is also a decent card. I attack Osgiliath from South Ithilien. What? Okay, I guess I'm worried that he's going to use a ring, that he's going to muster up in Minas Tirith and then use a ring to bring that army out and fight for Pelargir. So by taking South Ithilien first, I guess I'm making it more difficult for him to get to Pelargir. I guess is the plan. So no card. I get 1 hit. He gets 1 hit. That's about fair tomato. He retreats to Lasarnak. Yeah, the words I say don't make sense, huh? Yeah. He musters an elite in Minas Tirith. I attack Dale from the Iron Hills. No card. I get not a hit. He gets 1 hit. He stays. Then I get a hit and not a hit. So that's that. I was a little surprised that he didn't retreat, because then in theory he could have used these 2 dice. Oh, never mind. It was 1 regular. No, it was regular with leadership. Like in theory, he could have retreated to Withered Heath and then besieged Woodland Realm and forced me to use an attack to beat him off, so that I couldn't then, pivot leadership and try to blow up Lorien with my last 2 dice here. But that being said, I have Black Captain Command, so never mind. I could have done that anyway. It's coming out to fight for Pelargir. Oh, right. And I realize that I maybe should have done it differently, but this is how I do it now anyway. I play Black Captain Command, so I still get to pivot my Nazgul leadership, and then I use that to walk this army over to Pelargir, so I still have some leadership to help defend Pelargir with. Yes, he says, don't you have all the nice cards? Yes, I do. I really do. Yeah. He uses a ring to attack Pelargir. I cycle Cruel Weather. He gets no hits. I get 3. So Not the fairest start, but it helps. Anyway. He continues pressing, uses Paths of the Wozes, gets 2 hits. 3 actually with his reroll, and I get 2. So certainly still in my favor here. He gets no hits, I get 2. That's the end of those tomatoes. And now I have to go for it. I can't not try to blow up Lorien and tie the world record. So I open with Great Host because, it's most likely to trigger right now. So I roll 1 hit. I'm very sad that I used Cruel Weather earlier because, look at all these 5s. If I'd saved the Desperate Battle, the Deadly Strife, or the Cruel as Death, all those 5s would have been hits. But alas, here we are. He gets 1 hit back. I get my +1 from Great Host anyway. So I downgrade and press. And I play Black Breath because might as well, right? I get 1 hit. Black Breath doesn't trigger, but oh well. Okay. Press again. I get 1 hit. I'm a little confused as to what just happened there. I accidentally pressed an extra time. I might have accidentally pressed an extra time. Oh man, I hope I didn't accidentally press an extra time. Oh, someone will let me know in the comments if I accidentally cheated here.
Oh no.
Well, on the plus side, ELO wise, this still probably would have been a win for me.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. So I get my 6 here. I finished killing the guy in Lorien. So so I got the turn 5 military victory, which is pretty cool. Tying Peter M's, and I think someone else has done it too, world record for fastest Shadow Player military win. So I highly recommend picking up Corsairs and not rolling any eyes and rolling not lots of 6s. I'm -1 on 6s, but I'm +6 on 5s. So that helps.
All solid recommendations.
Yep. If you had to recommend a restaurant in Middle Earth, what would you recommend? Not Aowen soup. We confirmed that.
That's what I was just gonna say. I don't know. I kind of want to drink the end drought.
Yes, that is a fantastic recommendation.
Might be helpful for me.
Getting taller, always a good choice.
Do you wish I was taller?
I don't.
Is this a trap? Do you wish you were taller?
I forgot to use a mustard eye to bring in Admiral Akbar in Polar Gear here so that he could warn us that it's a trap.
Do we wish you were shorter?
I don't wish I was shorter. Do you wish I was shorter?
Do I?
Let us know in the comments if Morgan wishes I was shorter.
Also, how tall do you think both of us are?
Okay, let's look through the log here and figure out whether I cheated or not. So there was the first round of combat. Oh, I hate how slowly this scrolls down. Okay, so there's 1 press. So I had 3 elites. So we should only see the word press 3 times. Killing a power is new. A new power is rising. Waiting very dramatically here. Okay. Card revealed. No card. I get 1 hit. He gets 1 hit. Okay, so I press no card.
Elevator going down.
Oh yeah, there it is. I say press, but I don't downgrade an elite. I think because him killing the leader and thus bringing it back distracted me, so that's why I forgot. Oh, that's such a bummer that I kind of accidentally cheated, but well, I don't know. It's not that much of a stretch though. If I just rolled, I rolled 2 6s there and I rolled 0 6s on the 10 dice before. So we're just going to pretend that I rolled 1 of those 6s here and that I finished them off legitimately.
Are we concerned that your definition of cheating is quite loose?
Maybe. Anyway. Yeah, well, anyway, that's that's our show. The other key to setting a world record is cheating, but only if you do it by accident.
Yeah, don't recommend.
Yeah.
Do the other recommendations.
Yes. Try the Ant Draft and not AO1 Soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-star.
So yeah, there you can see in the statistics, a total of 1 eye was rolled this entire game.
So mature.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I don't know how you roll just 1 eye without rolling both of them. I think that means I have some pretty impressive fine motor skills there. Anyway. Not to brag.
Wait. Okay, never mind. Carry on. Bye.
Anyway, so concludes our video. Doodles.